All right, we should be live. We should be live. What's up? What's up? This your man Orville J. Parker, aka Coach. Guys, welcome to this episode of the Daily Show podcast. This is a show, man, that I do on a daily basis where I come on here, man. I just try to share with you guys ideas, insight, and just different things around content, entrepreneurship, personal development, man, and just really just leveling up in your life, right? Right now, as we look, I'm actually producing this as a stream. Now, let me explain something to you guys. Right now, with this particular format, I am not worried about catching people live on the stream. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, going forward, I got two ways that I'm going to do what they call simulcast. I think that's what they call it, to multiple platforms. All right, so one way I'm gonna be streaming to TikTok, and I'm gonna be set up with an iPhone. All right, and all that phone is going to be for is for me to stream to TikTok. All right, but then I'm also going to be streaming to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitch, and I think X. All right, at the same time. But with that, I'm using some software called Ecamm Live that you use on your MacBook Pro. I'm using that. Now, if for some reason I'm not here in the office, but I'm downstairs or something like that, and I want to stream, I have another software that I use. It's a browser based software, and it's called StreamYard. And with that, I'm able to multicast also everything except for TikTok. Man, TikTok is like that. Man, it's like that. You know how you had that unruly kid? That's what TikTok is like. But I love it. Now, this is the thing about the whole thing about streaming, man, that's so amazing to me. Over the last year and a half, I've been working on software, I've been working on content, I've been working on courses and things like that, and just trying to really build out some things that I could leverage when it comes to social media, right? And the internet. And I've been deeply, and guys, if you guys knew how much um, I have consumed over the last year, man. It's crazy, but I've been in research mode, man. I've been deeply researching lives, man. I've been in so many lives, and I've been following so many lives, man. I've been studying this stuff. And guys, when I tell you that live broadcasting mixed with live selling is a game changer. And I've seen people sell a fortune in physical items, like through the TikTok Shop Affiliate Program, where they just get on there and they're just demonstrating. All right, they're just demonstrating an item, one item. With the TikTok Shop Affiliate Program, you get inside the program, you can get on there, go live, you can demonstrate an item, and everything that sells, you get a commission off of. You don't have to worry about stocking an inventory. You don't have to worry about customer service, any of that. All you do is create content. All you do is go live and then just talk about that item. And the more you do that and the longer you do that, the better you get at doing that. And I see some people, man, they go stream live every day. And once these people get into motion, they're making a small fortune. I mean, when I say fortunes, man, I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out there because I don't. This is not typical, but it's not unheard of for live streamers to make four, five, and even six figures a month streaming live, selling physical products. Now, through something like TikTok Shop Affiliate Program, due to the sheer number of people that are pushed into these lives and the way that TikTok has the system set up, man, I mean, it's so streamlined and easy. And I've made money off the TikTok Shop Affiliate Program. I've went live several times, made money off of it. It works good. The other thing that I've seen people make a fortune on with live selling is on selling information, man. Selling information products online. When I tell you, man, and check this out, guys, I want you guys to understand. This is one of my this is one of my things that I really try to explain to people. Your current reality does not equal the reality. All right? You only know and can believe what you have been exposed to at that particular point. Just because you haven't been exposed to something doesn't mean that that's not so or that's not happening out there. When I tell you that the average person does not realize what is going on out there when it comes to how people are generating income and making money, man, that is crazy. And the amount of money in the most unique ways or the simple ways that people are doing it is crazy. But I've sit here, man, and I've studied live selling and with a focus on physical products and digital products, right? And when I say I've watched people sell digital products and I've watched people build six-figure incomes, seven-figure incomes, going live every day. And I can attest to it because I was jumping on their lives every day for months and even some of these people for a year, jumping on there and watching what they were selling, how they were communicating, and how the people were communicating back with them. And then when they took that live selling and they married that with other strategies that I'll be sharing with you guys as we move forward, and if you want to get all this information right now and to really get access to this blueprint, guys, just go to the link that I have in the description of this video. There is a course over there that I own a license on where I'm able to resell it. It's created by my mentor, Michelle, which is a millionaire. She generated over $1 million in 18 months, and she went on to generate almost $8 million in the past 4 years. All right, using this system and this blueprint that I'm talking about. And over at that link, you're going to get some information over there that we've put together that's going to talk about how, first of all, you can learn this skill set, but then how you could put this system in place and get a chance at making a run at this. But guys, people are making a fortune selling live information. And guys, this is the crazy thing. And I'm not talking about cheap information. I'm not talking about cheap information. When you hear me say cheap information, that's like a $50 product. All right, but I'm talking about on the average about $500 a product. I watched how they sold this and people bought it. All right. And I watched how they were able to overcome objections. Say, like if a person was on the live, they couldn't afford it. These people was very creative. They leveraged Stripe, and Stripe offers payment plans and interest-free payment plans as an option. And so people who were purchasing their product was able to buy it and didn't have to pay all of it in advance, which helped out a lot of people. Because this is the thing, guys, and this is what I'm going to talk to you guys about today on this show. They just weren't selling any information. They were selling information that was going to teach people how to take the internet and how to turn it into an income stream. All right. Which is a very, very powerful principle. Because, first of all, this is the principle that I live by. All right. Fix your problem, fix your own problem, figure out something in your life that you need to fix, that you need to change. All right, then go out there and either find the solution or create the solution. All right, then execute on it. Validate that it works. All right, and then do it. Right. And then the way you make money, guys, is that you turn around and you package that solution to that problem and then you sell it. All right. So in the case of what I was talking about with this information and what people were selling, it was all based off of fixing one of the biggest pain points in a person's life. That is a financial deficit. All right. A lot of people out here are walking around with a financial deficit. They have more month than money. A lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people don't have enough money to do what it is that they want to do. You know, they might have enough to get by, pay the bills, do all the necessities, right? but they don't have enough money to do the things that they really want to do: travel, vacation, be able to invest in things that they want to invest in, be able to do things for their family and their kids. Um, there's a financial deficit out here with a lot of people in the world. All right. The other thing is that people are tired, man. They are tired of not being free. They are tired of not being in control of their reality. All right. And this comes in a lot of different forms, you know. And one of the biggest one of the biggest culprits in this is the job and the 9 to 5, right? A lot of people, man, feel like slaves to their jobs. Jobs are stressful, very demanding. A lot of times you're not getting paid according to the value that you bring. They say you are, but they're not, or they wouldn't have you there. You have to make way, 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 way more for that company in order for them to pay you what they pay you on your salary. You know, no company's going to hire you and not break even. No company's going to hire you and keep you on salary and not make a profit off of what you're doing. So you always remember that. You know, when you're at a job, they say, okay, well, Orville, you know, this, we're paying you this, man. We gave you this raise, boom, boom, boom. And you could do this and that, and you could be happy, man. And we pay you good money. Yeah, you might be getting okay money, but you're never getting paid according to your maximum value. And so a lot of people, man, they're in jobs where they don't feel they get paid enough. They don't get appreciated. They're fighting with bosses, coworkers. The job is very demanding when it comes to time. So it creates a deficit in their available time. So they're working the job. They don't got time to spend with the family, the kids. They don't have freedom to be able to do and don't do. They have to go in there and beg or tap dance to a boss to take time off to spend with the family and things like that. All right, which is craziness when you think about it. In today's world, it's crazy because in today's world, nobody has to work a job. They don't. It's too much opportunity out here in the world. Nobody really has to work a job. They don't. That's the programming that they fed you. That's the lie that they fed you, right? You don't have to do it. All right. A lot of people or have issues with their location, man. They're living somewhere that they don't want to live. And that's the craziest thing to me. I was thinking about this last year and I was like, damn, you know, you got some people out here, man, they live in a city, in a part of the country, or in a country that they don't want to live in. And to actually change that is as simple as deciding to change and then going through the steps to do what it needs to do in order to relocate. Right? Really think about that. Some people have issues, man. They have issues because they don't feel that they're living their purpose. All right. They don't feel that they live in their purpose. They feel that they're out doing things, but they're not living. And guys, you know, I always told myself when I got later in my years, I never wanted to be a guy that regretted my life. You know, I wish I would have done, which I would. And I've always set out to be the kind of person that didn't do things in a way to where I was regret. But if I could tell you guys and be honest with you right now, I could tell you guys that I really regret how I did things, man. If I knew what I knew now, man, I would have done things totally different. I would have took a different level of risk. I would have took different actions, man, and I would have did things totally different. Because even right now, I'm in the process of building, okay, and doing, and you still make mistakes. You still do things the wrong way. But I think right now, I have the potential and ability to do things more the right way than the wrong way because of wisdom, because of life experience, because of going through things, and doing it over time. Right? Whoa, almost dropped my pen, man. Doing things over time, right? But if I could do it over again, man, I did it over again. Like right now, I've been out my job now. I want to say almost 3 years. Okay, 2.5 years, almost 3 years. It was the best decision I could have ever made. I wish I would have came out a lot sooner, guys. And I wish when I would have got out of there, I would have did things totally different. But things work and transpire a certain way for a certain reason. But when I tell you guys that I love that when I get up in the morning, I don't have to worry about a boss. All right. Even though at my job, I was a boss. You know, I was a production supervisor at a manufacturing plant. So I had people that reported me. I was over a shift and all this stuff, right? But I had a boss. My boss had bosses. Them bosses had bosses all the way up to the owner. And I do not miss having a boss. All right. I do not miss having somebody else have control over my time. I do not miss having somebody else dictate and control my financial reality. I do not miss that. All right. I do not miss dealing with crazy coworkers and peers and employees. I don't miss that at all. I told one of my buddies, man, that I was working with, used to work with, he was texting me and we were talking about something. And I told him, I said, it's crazy how fast life goes by when you're not constrained to a job. When you remove those limitations off you, your life goes by fast, man. And it's crazy how slow my days used to go by when I worked a job. And the reason being is because most times in a job, man, you are running a program, right? You're not marching to your own beat. All right. Really, really think about that. Okay, so today, man, today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to you guys. I'm gonna talk to you guys about some of what we just talked about, and my apologies for being long-winded with that, but I just wanted to kind of draw some framework to you guys, and what I want to do today is I want to start a series where I'm gonna start breaking down and teaching you guys a framework that you could use to go out here and get free. And this is not a framework that's built off of theory, guys. I've went out, I've executed on a lot of what I'm gonna be sharing with you guys. But my strength is, like I say, research and observation, man. So I've actually been deep in the trenches researching this and just watching and exposing myself to these different strategies and watching people do this, man. And it unlocked something in my life, man, that I could never put back in. All right. And what I'm going to show you guys is I'm going to show you guys a way that anybody can go out here and you can get free. You know, again, I've been free from my job now for 3 years. Okay. I work from home. I run multiple streams of income. I'm working on different projects and I have the freedom to get up every day and to do whatever I could dream of doing. And I'm going to show you guys what, after being out this job for 3 years, spending thousands and thousands of dollars on training, doing things, building software, out here selling different things and doing everything that I was doing, trying to figure things out. I'm gonna show you what I figured out, and I'm gonna give you guys a blueprint. Okay, so let me pull something up right quick, and we're gonna get to building. All right, you guys got to bear with me. I got a new setup here. All right, so the first thing is um, I want to show you the guys this quote. This is a quote that I used the other day in one of my things, but it fits good with what we're talking about today. And the quote says, "Freedom is not the absence of work. It's the presence of systems." Okay, so that's the first thing I want you guys to understand. If you want to get free out here in your life, all right, if you want to get free out here and you want to break free from that job, you want to break free from that dependency of a 9 to 5, you want to break free from debt, you want to break free from the lack of time freedom and financial freedom, you're going to have to understand that it's not about how hard you work. It's not about that, man. It's not about how hard you hustle. But this is what it's about. It's about you being able to go out there and either discover, learn, or create systems that allow you to operate in a certain manner that you're able to leverage things. You're able to leverage things, all right, to get ahead. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So one of the things that I found that is a very powerful tool when it comes to leveraging is communication. All right. Learning how to talk, learning how to communicate and express an idea. All right. And then, even on a higher level, if you want to talk about monetization, is learning how to sell. All right. Now, a another piece of the puzzle is when you take that communication and you marry it with social media and systems. Okay. Now, what that allows you to do is that allows you to show up every day on platforms that give you the potential to communicate, to talk to the world about whatever ideal that you have, right? But then when you marry that with social media and systems, now you could put together a full process that allows for you to be able to generate income. Because communication in itself is never going to get you paid, right? But learning how to communicate, talk, share ideas, all right, and then do what we call sell, invite somebody to do something, invite somebody to buy, to try something. And you're able to do that on social media where there's no gatekeepers, man, where you got the potential reaching billions of people. And then you tie that person into a system, all right, into a system that's going to take them through a process of making a decision, right? So it's gonna communicate additional information. It's going to give them examples. It's going to give them walkthroughs. It's going to do all that. But then this system that you're tying them into, hopefully, is going to be able to deliver your product. Because one of the other things I learned out here, man, is that physical products are good, digital products are better, and I'm gonna tell you why. There's a reason why most of your billionaires out here, your multimillionaires, are into software. They're into social media because you get more leverage with digital. Even though you can make a fortune with physical, but digital removes all limitations. All right. So imagine this right here. Imagine if you went out here and you learned the skill set that allowed you to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm here talking to the potential of the world. All right. Now, it's not about how many people on the stream live when you're going live. It's about the ideal that this content gets to go out, no gatekeepers, no limitations. Right now, I am simulcasting on multiple platforms. All right. At 8:25 in the morning, I get to come on here and say whatever I want to say and talk that talk, right? Nobody is charging me anything to do this. Nobody can stop me. I could do it all day long, right? But now this video is going to be time shifted also. So once I get off this video, man, people are going to be able to continue to watch this video because it's stored on all those social media as a video. Communication, guys. I'm up talking to you guys, sharing an idea with you guys, sharing concepts with you guys. All right. There is power in learning how to do this. All right. It's one of the most valuable skills that you have out here in the marketplace today because this is that skill that people can't stop you with. Once you learn how to do this, guys, and once you learn how to do the things I'm going to be showing you guys, you have the potential to go out here and just fire up income streams at will around different things. Okay. So really understand that communication, learning how to talk. Okay. So this is what I want to bring your attention to. All right. So in here, we're going to establish some foundations. First of all, attention is free, but communication is leverage. All right. So today I'm going to show you guys how you can turn your words into money on social media. And again, guys, this is not theory. I have a product that I sell, and I've actually invested in this product probably about a year and a half ago. And I got an idea. I was working on creating products, and I was jumping online, creating content, and saying, okay, this is what I'm doing, this and this, and it was going good. But somebody turned me on to what we call licensing. I said, okay, what is this? And they started telling me about how different companies license. They create systems and they license their systems out. And so, to make a long story short, this guy was telling me that he was building a portfolio of products that he wasn't creating, but he was investing in. And once he invested in the product, he got the system, he got the product. Then all he would do is put his team out there and let them put together systems. And then he would jump online and do just like what I'm doing. He would talk about it. He would communicate. And this guy was making a six-figure income doing this. And so I took some money that I had and I started investing in some of these products, man. And it was probably the best thing that I did because it unlocked something for me. And I'm gonna share with you guys what I'm talking about. Okay. We said that communication is leverage. Communication is attention. I'm able to jump on here and I'm able to talk that talk, right? I'm able to get on here and I'm able to broadcast and talk and share ideas. Okay. But now, this is the thing that a lot of people mess up on. All right. A lot of people get on social media, they create content. They do a good job at creating content. I watch people and they have thousands and thousands of views and they're cranking out this content. But then when I go back and I look at what they're doing, I say, okay, but they're not making any money off this content. They're very good at jumping online and communicating, but they're not making any money off this content. And that bridge that they were missing, I said, okay, these people are not marketing. They're not asking people to buy anything. They've mastered the art of jumping on there and creating a video and getting the views, but they're not making any money. All right. So one of the things I told myself was, I said, okay, well, if you're gonna get in here, you're gonna learn how to bridge, man. You're gonna learn how to make some money with this. And so this is what this guy told me, and this is what was a game changer for me. So I had knew how to communicate. I understood that communication was the third level of value out here in the world. You know, the first level is what we call implementation. That's where you go to a job, you work, you trade time for dollars. That's the lowest level of value. You make the less money doing that. The second level is unification, where you go out and you learn how to direct and manage people. You leverage people. That's where you move into management. That's what I was in before I left my job. And you make a higher level of money, but still you have a cap on you, right? You have a cap on you. All right. But the next level of value is what you call communication. And that's where you go out and you learn how to think, you learn how to absorb information and ideals. And then you teach yourself how to turn around and share that with the world, like I'm doing right now. All right. But at this level, you also learn skills such as sales, persuasion. Okay. So when I was looking online, I said, okay, that's what these people, that's what they're missing. They're online making all this doggone content, but they're not learning how to take that content and transition into an offer. They're not learning how to ask somebody to buy something. So you got a certain set of people over here that are making money off of their content. You got a certain people over here that are not making money. And the defining point that's the difference is that they're communicating at a different level. So when I saw that, I said, okay, well, let me start learning how to sell inside of my content. And so, man, I did a little deep dive and I went in and I started learning how to do this. And I started just jumping on lives, man, taking courses and just watching how people was doing this, guys. And when I tell you, man, this is the thing, guys, when I tell you that there is a lot of money to be made when you learn how to create content and you learn how to leverage social media and you learn how to transition over to asking somebody to buy something. All right. Now, third level of value, communication. Use your mouth to make money. When you can communicate, you can create messages that move the masses. You can have conversations that create cash flow. You master what we call talking. At this level, you can make from 100,000 to $100 million. Examples of how you use communication to unlock income in your life. You can write a book, you can create a course, you can sell things. Um, Motivational speaker, you become an actor, a recording artist. All these people have mastered the art of communication. Now, on a level that me and you can understand and process, this is how simple this can be. You figure out an audience that you want to reach. All right, so like in my case, where I'm at now, and this has changed over the last year and a half, 2 years. But I'm focusing on Generation X. People who are in my age group. I'm 54 years old. I'm doing this because I can relate to Generation X because I'm Generation X. I know this age group has a lot of things that they got to get done. Most of us are approaching what we would call retirement years. All right. A lot of us have experience because we done went out here and we done worked these doggone jobs for years. Okay. A lot of us have kids. We got kids out the houses. A lot of us have money, credit, or you guys follow what I'm saying. So one of the arts of communication is knowing who you're going to talk to. All right. Then once you figure out who your audience is, then what you want to do is start figuring out what is a pain point for your audience. So in the case of what we're talking about on here, I've already identified that a financial deficit is a pain point that a lot of people deal with. All right. A financial deficit is a pain point that a lot of people deal with. They don't have enough money to do what they need to do and what they want to do. They don't have it, man. They don't have it. Um, and so the way the way that you can transition, the way that you can make that money, the way that you can get out here and position yourself is to create or find a solution to this pain point for that audience. All right. You find a solution for that pain point for that audience. All right. And once you do that, now you got this bridge, right? Now you got this bridge because you got the audience that you want to you want to communicate to, aka talk to. All right. Then you have the problem that you've identified that this audience has, and then you either create or you acquire the solution. Okay. And then from there, what you're going to do is you're going to move into the process of learning how to put together the system that allows for you to communicate and to turn that communication into money. All right. And I'm going to show you how this looks. All right. And I'm going to show you how this looks. Okay. So let's say, for instance, that you say, okay, well, look, all right, I get this, Orville. I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying. I get this, but now make it make sense to me. How do I go about doing this? All right, this is what I want you to understand. First of all, before you get started, man, you got to understand that the way you look at things are very important because they're going to determine how you go about things, but they're going to determine also the capacity for you to understand and believe things. All right, now I want you guys to really look at this right here. All right, this is from my mentor, Myron Golden. He says, in order to become wealthy, we must learn how to make great strides over short distances. Jobs condition us into making small strides over long distances. All right, so with a job, what happens is we are trained and conditioned to go out here and give a lot of time and make a little money. All right, so we're trained to go out here and work 40, 50 years and make this amount of money. Okay, but now wealthy people do it different. Wealthy people go out and they make more money in a shorter window of time, right? Now, you cannot do that with a job unless you are very specialized or you have a certain level of value that you bring to the job, but the average person can't do that. But learning how to communicate, learning how to express an ideal, talk to a certain audience, have a certain voice out there, learning how to sell, learning how to persuade could do that for you. It can allow you, it can allow you to go out here and go over make a lot of money to make big strides in a shorter distance. And the reason it can allow you to do that because you can leverage what we're talking about. All right. You can get up every day and you can turn on your camera and you can talk to an audience that you've identified. So since you already identified your audience has these certain types of characteristics, then you just get up every day, man. You make content that resonates with your audience. All right. That's the first part. You learn how to communicate. All right. Then we said that, okay, well, this audience has this specific pain point, and it's a big pain point. So I'm going to figure out a solution. You either go out there and create the solution or you acquire it. And I told you, like with this one product, I was able to go out and invest money to acquire a solution to that problem. So with this product, it teaches individuals how to go out here and how to build income streams leveraging content in digital marketing. All right. So that product I didn't have to create, right? I just invested in it. So now I can jump online and I can do the first part. I can talk and communicate to my target audience. All right. But then I learned the second part, which is the art of selling. All right. Which is the art of asking a person to buy. And so, like in this video here, I'm going to invite you guys. If you are tired of your job, you're tired of having more month at the end of the month, if you're tired of not having time freedom, if you're tired of not having location freedom where you can live where you want to live at, if you always wanted just to get up and be your own boss and not have to deal with a crazy boss, coworkers you can't stand, then that's a problem that I could fix for you today. And all you have to do to see if this solution works for you is to check out the link that I have in the description of this video. So as soon as you get through watching this video, I want you to go do that, right? And guys, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. And if you would learn what I just showed you guys, you literally, you literally can start building multiple streams of income from your home, identifying the audience, communicating with the audience, giving them value, and then finding products, aka solutions that fix a problem to that audience. And you can do that at will. All right, you can do that at will. All right, let's go back over here. Let's see what we got over here. All right. So let's go here. All right. The more you read, write, and talk, the better you would get at communication. Like sometimes I have people say, okay, Orville, man, how do I develop my communication skills? You know, how do I get out here and learn how to talk? And what I tell people is that the simplest way is just to do it. Repetition. Repetition is the mother of skill. If you go back and you go over to orvilljparker.com, that's going to take you over to my Facebook profile, take you directly to my profile so you can see my whole feed. And I want you to go back and I want you to go through my feed and I want you to see how much content I publish on Facebook. I want you to go do it. Go do it. Just go back and just scroll through that feed. All right. I want you to go back and look at how much content. All right. And I want you to pay attention. I want you to look at how much content is pictures, how much content is text, or how much content is video. All right. The reason I could jump on here, the reason I could do exactly what I'm doing right now and feel very comfortable doing it, and to do all these different things, I can go through different slides, man. I could do all this. I could share my desktop with you guys. I can come back here. I could share a presentation like this and do this. I can go here and do this right here. And I could do all this stuff is because I've spent the time learning how to do it. And I did it over and over and over and over again. All right. The reason I can jump on a camera and I could fire it up and I could feel comfortable doing it is because I did it hundreds and even thousands of times. When you go across my YouTube, my TikTok, my Facebook, man, you're gonna literally probably find 1,000 videos on there between all three of them. You're gonna find them because I've been doing this for years. And this is the crazy thing, guys. The more I did it, the better I got at communication, right? So one of the best ways to learn how to communicate is to start firing that video up and making videos. Commit to making a piece of content a day. All right. Just commit to getting on there, showing up and talking about something. You know, what happened in your day that day? What happened in your life that day? What are you working on? What are you doing? What are you figuring out? What happened in the news that you saw? And all you're doing is teaching yourself how to get in there and communicate, right? Then once you do that, there's levels of sophistication that you can go to, or more technical. All right, can I create a hook for my video? All right, what's my delivery? What's my presentation? Do I need to write a script so I can cover everything? All right, and then do I need to do a call to action where I get a person? I mean, I told you guys to go over to that link in the description of this video to check out that information and that program and that training that we put together that's going to teach you how to go out here and make money off of content, social media, all right, and fixing people pain points. That was a call to action, all right? But the more you do this, guys, the better you get. The more you do, the better you get. All right? Let's go to the next one over here. All right. If you were to get better at thinking and talking, you would make more money. If you were to get better at thinking and talking, you will make more money. And let me show you guys. Remember, I was telling you guys about how one of the things I was doing was I've been participating in live selling, right? And most of it's been over on TikTok, right? Because over there, man, they push a lot of traffic, a lot of engagement over there. But live selling is communication on steroids. Because like with this video here, this is a live, but I don't have a lot of people on live watching it right now. On TikTok, it's a different story. Because when you go live over there, man, you got people in and out your room. And sometimes it could be a lot of people. And so over there, you have to learn how to communicate because you can't be on that live just sitting there. All right. You got to be able to communicate with that audience to keep them in the room, to get them engaged, and to get them to buy something if you're trying to sell something. And over there, man, you learn a different level of communication. But one of the things I was able to see is that if a person's willing to leave out their comfort zone and they're willing to learn the art of communication, how to show up and how to share ideals and just thoughts and things like that and talk to the camera, talk to an audience. And then they take and they marry that with learning how to ask for the sale, learn how to sell. All right. And then they learn how to tie a system to that content and that communication. They can make a fortune. They can literally make a fortune, guys. And I've watched it. And this is how this is being done. I want to show you guys. All right. So you can see. All right. So like right now, I have this podcast that you guys are on this daily show. I'm talking about communication. I'm talking about how you can make money off of communicating. I told you guys that you identify an audience that you want to talk to. All right. And then if you want to make money off of them, you got to sell them something. All right. And one of the easiest ways of selling something is to go out and do your research and find a pain point that audience is experiencing. And then you create or acquire a solution to sell to them. All right. So we identify that the first thing is learning how to show up on the camera and talk. And to talk on a regular basis, then learning how to identify a problem that audience have, and then you create or you acquire a solution, and then you learn the art of selling. Okay, how do I ask this person to buy what I have? You learn how to do that on camera through your content, right? But now, this is the thing that I learned. If you learn how to take that selling and automate it, and that's what you call marketing. So in my case, I create marketing funnels. So I'll go out and create a automated presentation that I build it one time, and then I could just keep plugging people into it. And it does all the heavy lifting, all the work for me, all the explaining, all the closing. I don't have to do that. All right, then all I have to do is focus on doing what I love to do, which is content, right? But once you do that, man, you can make a fortune, right? And I'm gonna show you. All right, so here is a product that I have, and this is the product that you can access inside of the description field of this video. Now, with this product, it's a $900 product where when a person buys it, they get access to 4 different training programs, and they get access to a community of 55,000 like-minded individuals that are in there networking, helping each other out, supporting each other to learn and to master the material that they are acquiring in these 4 training programs. Okay? But now this is the cool thing about the way that this program is set up. When I invested in this program, I paid $900 and I got a license to resell this program forever. All right. Now, this is the cool thing. With that program, I don't have to pay any money back to the creator of that program. Once I paid the 900, whenever I sell that program, I sell it for 900 outside of my payment processing fees. I keep all that profit. All right. So I have a product that I have that fixes a pain point. You know, a lot of people out here got a financial deficit. They got time deficits. My product can fix that for them. It can teach them a skill set that they can take to the internet and they can use it to make money. All right. And it has a community, a built in support system for people to be able to tie into while they're learning this. And I can sell this over and over and over again. And every time I sell it, I make $900. Okay. So here's the leverage of that communication. So now at this point, all I have to do is get online and make a video, make a couple videos, and share information and communicate to my audience about this pain point. And every time I do this, I invite and ask my audience to check out the link in my description. I give them the opportunity to buy. And every time somebody makes a purchase, I make $900 off of this one product and this one income stream. Let that sink in, guys. Every time I make a sale through this process, I make $900. All right. All 100% profit outside of my fees. Now, if I was to go out and I was to do that one time a day, if I created enough content and communication to do that one time a day, that would work out to be 27,000 a month. All right. If I can get that good to where I can put enough content out and somebody, one person a day decided to buy, I can make 27,000 a month. Annual profit 324,000. Okay. Very, very cool stuff, guys. Very, very cool stuff. Communication. Learning how to get on social media and talk. Learning how to get on social media, share. Learning how to get on social media to educate, to inform. All right. You will always get paid according to the level of value that you bring. Remember, we said earlier, it's not about how hard you work, it's about how much value you bring. One of the easiest ways of bringing value on social media is to identify an audience and then communicate to that audience through the process of bringing them solutions, ideals that fix their problems. All right. People are moved more off of avoiding pain than they are off of getting pleasure. Okay. So if you want to make money online, learn how to communicate, man. Learn how to get on here. Learn how to get on here and talk. See, what you'll see me do is I'll do a video like this. It ends up being an hour. All right. This is a long form video. Then I'll put a lot of short content. If I put pictures up with text, I'll do short videos. But I always do long form content. And the reason I do that is, guys, because I've always wanted to teach myself how to go in and how to communicate at a level. So when a person watched my video, they already went through all the mental processing that they need to do to purchase what I had to sell. All right. I can't do that in 5 minutes. I can't do it in 5 minutes, but I could do it in 30 and 40 and 50 minutes. And to the audience that I'm trying to always reach, if they have a pain point and I'm doing my job right, I know how to communicate the proper way, then I could take them through all that research and processing time right here on the video. So when they jump off this video, man, they're going to check out that information. Like when you get off this video, I want you guys to go to the link in my description. There, we've put together a presentation. We're going to walk you through a presentation. We're going to show you what we got going on. All right. We're going to show you how our training and our systems have generated over $30 million for our 55,000 person community in the last 12 months. We're going to show you how a lot of people have gotten free. Me, myself, I've been able to work on different businesses and different projects based off of the same principles that you learn inside of this group. I just launched a business over the last month called Avatar Pop Studios, where I get in and it's a design agency. All right, it's a design agency. And check this out, guys. I spent three weeks learning how to do the skill set and then also building out the systems to make that a business. And then I launched it and then I got customers. All right. And so now with that particular digital business, that I'm using the skills that I learned in this program and what I learned on showing up every day, just like I'm doing right now, to build this business. All right. And I'm going to take you guys to the website and show you right quick. All right. So if you're new to me, so you can see I'm not fronting with you guys. All right. And this is my website here. Give me a minute, guys. Pull up some stuff. So this is the business that this is my latest business that I just launched, guys. Avatar Pop Studios. All right, that's me there. Okay, you come down here. We make Pixar style animations and also what we call realistic ones. So this guy up here, that's an avatar in that cartoon form. But believe it or not, this guy on this basketball court, which is me, is an avatar. It's a clone of me. And you go down here and you look at all these avatars. These are just some of the ones that I put up. This is not all, man. We got a ton of them that we've done. And then you get down here and you look at these photorealistic pictures, and these are also avatars too. These are all made by AI. All right. Now, if you come down here, you look, my design services start at a minimum of $97. All right. And it goes up from there. All right. So now check this out, guys. Let me show you. And this is what I'm talking about with this whole communication thing. Now check this out. I don't do any of the work on that. That's just one of my income streams. I have a publishing company I have courses on. I told you guys I have the company where I buy the licenses to the software and stuff. And then I have a full-blown software product that I have. Okay? Digital products, guys. And I use communication to be able to promote everything that I'm doing. Now, with that business that I just showed you guys, I got all that linked up to my AI. So when I get an order in, I get the specifications. I go to my AI, spend probably about a good 5 minutes. All right, giving my AI the information. My AI does the work. And then all I got to do after that is just kind of refine it. Okay, I like this, change this, and this, and then I deliver it to the client. All right, that particular digital business I run in 1 or 2 hours a day. And right now it's right around an hour a day. All right, learning how to communicate. And let me show you guys something else. And I'm going to show you how I do this. I don't run any ads. I don't do that. I don't run any ads. I'm going to show you exactly what I do. All right. And I'm going to give it to you guys. I haven't been putting out as much content as I usually do because when I put my head down and I'm building and working on something, I don't spend as much time creating content, but I still create content. But I want you guys to watch this. We said that if you show up online, you identify an audience, you identify a pain point that audience have, you find a solution to that problem, and you match that up, you can make money, right? So when it came to that avatar situation, there's a lot of personal brands out here, a lot of brands, a lot of people out here that are trying to promote themselves inside of this noise that we call social media. So that product, those avatars allow for them to stand out, look different. Okay. So that's why people are willing to pay for that. And that's why they want those. But let me show you how I communicate. Now, this is how I communicate. Every day I get up, I make content. I either get up and do video like this, or I do picture form content and I post it on social media. All right. I don't run any ads. I don't have to talk to anybody on the phone unless I want to talk to them. But this is what I do every day. Okay. So let me pull Facebook up and I'm going to take you guys over and show you. And guys, I'm giving you a master class today. I don't know if you guys understanding this, man, but I'm giving you guys some blueprint. I'm going to show you a couple of my funnels, man, and how I'm doing this, okay? And this is how I do it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen with you guys, and I want you to look. All right, so you guys are looking at my Facebook page. So this is how I show up every day and communicate. So I have a Facebook page that I have built out with me and my branding. Okay, and I use my Facebook page like a blog. All right, I use it like a blog. So I don't use it like a lot of people. I don't get on and share pictures of memes and cats. And for the last 4 years, I haven't even shared a lot on my family. It's a hub for me for business and for me to share my content with people, right? So if you come over to my Facebook page, all right, you look at it, it's set up a specific way for me to communicate, right? So you come over here, and first of all, let me see pictures of me. Um, you come down, and over to the left, I want you to pay attention over to this area over here. Over here is all my my money. Okay. Now, some people look over here, some people don't. I put it over here. But if you click here on Facebook, that takes you over to Avatar Pop Studios, my design agency. All right, so you go over there and you can buy, right? All right, you click here. This is the funnel to my $900 program and platform that I sell. All right, and that's an automated system. Once a person goes in there, I don't have to do anything. My AI, my system does all of it. Okay, that's that. Now, if you go over here, this is my digital store where I sell a lot of my other products and programs at. So if a person clicks over here, they come over here, these are free reports I give away. These are all courses here that I've created, um, that I sell. These are what we call landing pages, sales pages. All this is automated where I don't have to do anything no more. People go there, they buy. All right. And if you look over here, man, go down. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them up here, but this is kind of deceiving because a lot of these are like 3 to 4 courses built inside of them. All right. Then if you go down here, this is some of the other programs I invested into that I resell. All right. That's what these are. And I got more that I'm gonna be adding over here. All right. So I just wanted to show you guys that. All right. Now, if you go over here to Creative Vibe AI, that's to my software platform. I got it. I got it. Just a landing page right now because I'm updating the software and things like that. Okay. But now let me show you guys something else. All right. So if you come over here to my TikTok, let's go to TikTok. So this is how I'm showing, going to show you guys how I communicate and how I show up every day. All right, you go to my profile on TikTok. Okay, I got 2,100 followers over here. All right, if you look over here, I talk about Avatar Pop Studio because at this stage, what I was doing was breaking that brand, establishing that brand. So whenever I'm establishing a brand, I change out my marketing to try to focus on that. And you come over here, and guys, everything you see over here is content and communication. All right, and I'm just going to show you on TikTok, guys, because I got more on Facebook, but I'm just going to show you the level of what I do on TikTok. So you guys can see that I'm not just talking. I create a ton of content. All right. And it doesn't take me a long time to create this content. I just do it every day. All right. And when you click on a lot of these are videos, man. On TikTok now, I can put videos up to almost 30 to 40 minutes on there. It's not just shorts. All right. But I'm just trying to show you. This is when I was running my buy and sell, my e-commerce store down here where I was buying and selling the vintage apparel and stuff. Okay. I've been doing this for a long time, man. Promoting my business is doing exactly what I'm talking to you guys about. Showing up and communicating and asking the person to buy. All right. And you go on down TikTok, man. That's just TikTok alone. All right. So let's go back over to Facebook. All right. So remember we said communication. You get on there, man. You make content. You communicate. All right. So let's see how I communicate on Facebook. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take you guys down and make sure we're on the same page. All right. Make sure you guys. I don't know if you guys were able to see that. My bad. I have to watch that, man. So I don't think you guys are even able to see TikTok. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, you good. I know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at it the wrong way. All right. You guys are looking at what I'm looking at. All right, give me a minute because I think you guys might not have been on the same page I'm on. All right. Let's go back up. Let's go back and share the screen again. Let's see. All right, so yeah, so you're on Facebook now. All right, so let me take you back over, guys, over to TikTok because I want you guys to see this, man. All right, and how I show up and how I communicate. You know, let's see. Come on, TikTok. What are you doing now? We were just on here. All right. So, all right, they got something going on. We were just over here on the profile. All right, that's good. That's good, TikTok. We won't. We won't do. Go back to Facebook. Let's go back to TikTok now. Let's see. Some kind of glitch going on with them. We were just on the profile looking at it. Okay. All right, but we won't be able to show you TikTok right now. For some reason, it's not pulling up. All right, we'll go back over to Facebook. Then we'll come back to over to TikTok. They might be having something going on with the service right now. All right, so let's see how I show up and communicate on Facebook, guys. And this is how hard it is. So once you identify an audience that you want to talk to, all right, once you identify a product that you want to sell to that audience, and in my case, I'm trying to fix the problem of financial deficit, right? People need to make more money. So I try to show people how to create content and how to make money around their content. Okay, and so what we're gonna go look at my profile, okay? Because I use my profile on Facebook as my hub and as something like a blog almost. All right, so let's look. So over here we showed you I had all the links to my money over here. Okay, but down in the middle, this is my content. So let's look at this piece of content here that I put out the other day. All right, so here's the content. Like I told you guys, I'll either do a video or I'll jump on and I'll type in what we consider writing with text, and then I'll have a person go to something. So here I did a video talking about the business, Avatar Pop Studios, that I launched in the last month. This digital agency where we're making all these avatars for customers. And then I invite the person to go over to that. That's what that one there. All right, here is the live video you guys are looking at right now. That's a piece of content. When we're done with this is going to be an hour and a half long piece of content that's up here. And when it gets done with this, it's going to have a call to action and all that to get a person to go over and buy that $900 product, right? All right, so here's a piece of content that I put up yesterday. It took me probably about a minute to do this. All right, it's a couple minutes to be honest with you. All right, then here I'm talking about that, and then I'm asking them if they want to buy. And here's a link, right? So a person goes over here and they go over to that funnel where I sell that $900 product in community at. All right, and all that's automated, guys. All right, so here's more content here. So we create this avatar, all right, and that's the coach version of me standing in front of a car. Got some cool little Nikes on, some dunks on, and then here's the content, guys. All right, so here I'm talking. Took me, actually I was out with my dog. My dog was using the bathroom. I was out and I started typing this. It probably took me about 10 minutes to be honest with you, to come up with this. Maybe even 15 at the most, but 10, I was just typing it. All right, then I put it up, and that was my piece of content for that. All right, this is a piece of content here. This is me communicating. I'm communicating through a quote. All right. All right, here's another piece of content. This is like a 35-minute video that I done. A simple way to monetize your content. Again, when you guys look over here, what did I tell you guys I do? I ask a person to go buy something, right? So here is how they get to this Facebook page consistent. Here's how they go to that funnel where I sell that $900 item at. All right. Here's another piece of content here. Another video. All right. And all these are done just yesterday, guys. All this content you're looking at here is just from yesterday. That's the level of content that I do on a day-by-day basis. And it doesn't take me as long as you think. All right. But this is how I make my money. All right. Here's a picture of Ludacris here. All right. We got a piece of music there. And then inviting them to buy the custom avatar. All right. This is all promotional content for my businesses here. This is Rich Homie Quan here. Bam. All right, here is an avatar, guys. That's a photorealistic avatar that we create. I put it up. It's a good visual to go with my content. It also actually gives an example of what we do with our agency. And then look, here, guys. So I'm talking about what I'm talking about, attitude and stuff like that. Then right down here, I talk about the picture of my business. So I gave them value up here in this part. Then down here, I asked them to buy. Okay. Are you guys following what I'm saying? This is how I do things. All right. This is all content here. Okay. And you can go on down my timeline and just keep looking at it. I put out a lot of content. All right. All right. So you guys get an understanding of that. I put out a lot of content. But this is the reason why I put out all that content, guys. Because the way I got things set up, guys, is very cool. All I have to do is, like, if I could show you this, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could show you guys. I don't know if I don't got things set up. But this office, man. I come into here and I can get inspired every day, man. I get to start my day off reading a good book, listen to a motivational thing or some type of training. And this is my creative space. I come in here, man, and I got all kind of ideals that I'm working on. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with the cameras, but I got all kind of ideals that I'm working on. And I get to sit here in the comfort of my home behind this computer and I'm working on multiple things, guys. I got all kind of courses and trainings and different things that I'm working on that are digital products that I'm able to sell with content. And I'm creating courses and trainings and products for certain markets. So, like I told you, my overall market is Generation X for all my training. All right. With my avatars, with the avatars, at first it was going to be general, just anybody can get these avatars. And now, what I'm doing with the avatars, I'm starting now to more focus on people that are out there really trying to build their personal brand. So, these are people that are out there trying to be content creators, all right, streamers, entertainers, sports athletes, people that own businesses. All right. So now that we've nailed down this business with Avatar Pop Studios and we know who our potential market is, now when I start creating content, the pictures, the videos to promote that service on social media, I'll start speaking to that audience about their pain point, which is how do you get attention in a noisy world, a noisy social media world. And you get that through what we're doing with our avatars. All right. That's the way you can get people to stop the scroll and they can look and be interested in what you're talking about. And so now when I create the content for that, I'll create that content, man, and I'll throw it up on TikTok. You're gonna see me throw it up on Instagram. I'll throw it up on Threads, and I'll throw it up here on Facebook. I don't have to talk to anybody in advance. I just go out and communicate. I get on here and I communicate through pictures and through video. And then I drive a person back to a system like we were talking about. So in this case, my system is my website where they can see all the samples of it, the price, all that's taken care of. Then there's a contact form for them to contact me. That hit me up with a text and an email letting me know that somebody's wanting to talk to me. And then I'll jump on the phone with them. And the reason I jump on the phone with the person is because I want to communicate. I want to get to know them, see what they're trying to do, and then see where the money's at. All right. But all this is I'm doing through communication, guys. Every day I'm showing up, I'm creating content. Every day I'm getting on here and I'm working on things. And I don't have to leave the house to go make money. I don't have to go clock in for a job. I don't have to do that, guys. Imagine you're able to get up every day and all you do is walk around your house, man. My commute is 1 minute from my bedroom. My bedroom's up the hallway. This is one of the extra bedrooms we have in the house that I turned into an office. But I don't have to leave the house, man. I get up and I jump up out the bed. I jump up out the bed because I'm very excited about what I'm doing in my life. All right. I'm very excited about it. I get to be as creative as I want and I get to just fire up income streams because I learned how to communicate. Even like right now, I'm not worried about how many people watch this video because some people are going to watch it. All right. I'm not worried about that because I sell something on the other end of it. Follow what I'm saying? When I get off this video, people are going to constantly go back and watch this video. And something I said on here is going to resonate with somebody. And they're going to either buy one of my avatars from me because I didn't show that on here, or they're going to buy one of my courses from me. But imagine, guys, if you were in total control of your life, you didn't have to get up until you wanted to get up. Imagine if you were in total control of your income streams, man. I can't tell you guys how good it feels to understand that I control my income. I can make as little as much as I want based off of the value that I'm willing to put out there in the world, the work I'm willing to do. I can't tell you guys how powerful of a tool social media is because a lot of people just don't get it. Man, you know what's crazy? This is what's so crazy to me. And I was talking to my wife about this the other day, and it was so crazy how you can have two different people and they can access something, but they have two different total experiences. Because she was telling me, she say, your Instagram doesn't look like my Instagram. The things that come up on your Instagram is not the things that come up on mine. And that's true because your social media account is based off an algorithm, based off of what you look at, right? But she's so right. But what she was saying was, I don't even think she really understood the magnitude of what she was saying, but that's how life is in general. You can have two people get up the same day at the same time, and their worlds look totally different, based off of what they believe and what they do. See, this is the thing, and this is the thing, man. I want you guys to really understand this. Social media is a massive communication tool. Some people use it to get a laugh, some people use it to get entertained, some people use it to make a fortune. When you think about Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, 100 something billion dollars. You think about X, aka Twitter, Elon Musk paid over $1 billion for that. You think about TikTok. You literally got people on TikTok, guys, and I know this because I've made money doing this. They jump on TikTok and they create. They'll get up in the morning. They'll take their phone and they'll take this tripod like this. All right, they'll sit it down on the table, and they'll take this thing right here, and they'll just shoot a quick video, man. You know, a quick video, probably about a minute long, talking about how cool this tripod is. All right, and just showing it. I mean, nothing fancy. They sit at the kitchen table in the studio and they shoot it. All right, they take that video and they put a hook with it. Because we said that, you want to learn how to communicate, but then you want to get to the technique, create a hook, something to stop the scroll. All right. But they take that 1 minute video and they'll upload that to TikTok once they're in the TikTok Shop affiliate program. All right. Now, this is the power of that because they understand communication. They just spent a minute communicating, shooting a video. They upload that thing to TikTok, and that thing goes out and it does hundreds, thousands of views. And every time somebody see that little minute video they made promoting that product and that sales, that generates a commission. That person didn't have to go out and invest in any product. They didn't have to hold any inventory. When I was running my eBay store and I was buying and selling the vintage clothing and stuff, I had over 2,000 items in stock downstairs. When I divested myself of the eBay store and got into the TikTok Shop affiliate program, when you go to my studio downstairs, I have a table set up where I do my live streaming and my videos and stuff from it. Then I have a table across from it where I have my products. But all I got is samples over there. All I got is samples. And with that type of form of communication, guys, with that program, all we do is we get on and we either make a pre-recorded video and we put that up and that video get views when people buy, we make money, or we can go live. We can go live. We can go on live like I'm live right now. We go live on TikTok and we sit there. And all we're doing is talking about their product. This is all I'm doing when I'm on there. Talking about that product, showing them, and then telling them make sure you click the button down at the bottom if you want to buy. And you can talk, listen to music, man. People laugh and talk with each other and they make money. But now the other way I make money, I told you guys, I go live and I do this right here. All right, and this is what you guys see. All right, but all this is through communication, guys. Just getting on here, learning how to create content. I go live and then I invite a person to go back here. This takes them to a funnel. You go in here, this is a 4-page system that has a webinar, presentation, all that stuff there. But now this is the thing. This thing here fixes a problem in a person's life. Fixes that problem of that financial deficit, that problem of that time freedom. But now every time somebody goes to there, they can get a solution to their problem and start changing their life, learning how to get out and do the things like what I'm doing here, creating content, making money online with digital things. But every time somebody does that, I make $900, guys. Imagine that. Imagine if you could jump online and you could make a 1 minute video, maybe a 5 minute video, and maybe a 10 minute video every day. You do one in the morning, one after lunch, one at nighttime before you go to bed. And you put those videos up. You don't talk to nobody. Just put those videos, putting value out there, communicating. Then ask the person to go to that link. You got people in our community that are running that exact formula and making 6 figures a year doing that and never having to talk to anybody because that system is automated. We have AI built into it. We have video presentations. Everything is done automated. All right. And all we got to do is get up and make content like this. I love what I do. I love it, man. It's fun, man. I love getting up. Guys, imagine this right here. Imagine this right here. Um, I knew, I knew that one of my superpowers was talking. I knew one of my superpowers was communication. And when I found out that I can marry this talking with selling online, oh man, it was a game changer for me. It was a game changer. It was a game changer for me. because I knew at that particular moment I was going to never have to worry about money again if I do things the right way. And let me show you guys this right here. Okay. And again, I try to show you guys what I'm doing. All right. I get up and all I do is communicate. I create content, man. And I just talk to people, man, through my content. That's my whole business, man. I don't run any ads. I don't do any of that. I don't have to do any of that. All I got to do is show up and make the content. All right. So what you guys are going to be looking at, you're going to be looking at my Facebook page. And this is where a lot of people mess up with Facebook. I always tell people, go to a person's profile because I use my profile just like a website. If you go in and you put in orvaljparker.com, that's going to take you right to my Facebook profile. So I look at this as a website, a hub, and as a blog. And this is where you can see all my content that I put on Facebook. All right, all in one place. Now, if you go over here to the left, these are the links off to my money stores. This is my digital store. These are 4 different reports that I give away free here to people that are looking to try to learn how to make money around content. Here are my courses. All right. Some of my courses, not all of them. But if you click here, like this is my Faceless Fortune course, where we created this course breaking down and showing you how to go out here and create theme pages, like on Instagram and stuff around a certain type of niche. You never have to show your face, and we show you how to monetize that, make money with that. But I have courses, guys. I have courses. Have almost, I think we're at like 14 flagship courses and like another 8 what we call frameworks. Now down here, this is different. These are different programs that I got licenses to sell. All right, and I got some of those down. And this is my digital store here. All right, this is my digital store here. Let me hold on one second, guys. Let me get us back to Facebook. See what I'm sharing with you guys. Gotta look at it over here. Make sure I'm sharing the right things. These windows, I'm still trying to use this software the right way. So let's go back to here. I'm gonna take you guys over here again. So okay, let's look at Facebook, guys. So this is all I do, guys. So once you learn how to do what I'm talking about doing, once you learn how to communicate, you say, okay, well, look, I'm gonna get online every day. I'm gonna make a video, make some content. See, a lot of people make content, but they don't make money off of it. You go look at their Facebook page, they're putting up a lot of content, but it's not intentional. Everything I do here, first of all, I'm a digital creator over here. I switched my profile over 4 years ago from a regular profile to a digital creator profile. That allows for me to be able to get on here and do some things that you can't do on your regular profile. I can create a lot of content. I can sell from here. I can do everything and anything around business from here. So that's really cool. So anyway, this is how I do. All right, to all you guys that just tuning in, this is how I do. All right, so here's a piece of content for yesterday. So here's a picture of me. This is actually an avatar, guys. Ain't that crazy? So we at Avatar Pop Studios, we'll take your image and we'll clone it. So that way we can make pictures of you in all kind of situations and stuff, man, for your social media. But isn't that cool? All right, but anyway, here's some content that I created here. All right, there's some content there. And I'm talking about this business, Avatar Pop Studios, and then I invite a person to go over here to our website. So here's my system. Here's my automated system. So you come over here, there's me there. They walk down, they look at our 2 different avatars we offer. This is a Pixar style avatar, and this is what we call our photorealistic. That's not even a real, guys. That's all avatar. It's all created by AI. All right, and then when you come down here, I have examples of some of the avatars that I've created. All right, and you'll see those there. Bam. And so all these examples there. All right, and then you get down here, you start looking at the photorealistic avatars. These are all avatars here. All this is fake, guys. AI made all this. All right, then when you come down here, this is where I asked them to buy it. This is my offer. Okay, so right now, a person will pay $97. They get 1 custom avatar on a transparent background. They get 4 different variations. They get 5 avatars for that $97 for them to go out and use on their social media stuff. And then we give them a 12 by 18 poster with a frame that we're going to mail out to them. Okay, and a lot of times a person would get videos from me and things like that. Okay, so that's that system, right? Now, if you guys follow what I said, the way that I communicated though, the way I communicated was through this. Now, if you go down here, you'll see a video. This is the live video we're on right now. All right, you go down here, this is a video. You go here, this is another picture that I created some content around a picture. All right. And you go down here, and here's some content that I created around the video. Okay. So you guys follow what I'm saying? That's what I do. All right. That's what I do. So now the name of the game now with me is, since I understand that I make money off of communications, I just get up and I make content every day because I have an audience that I'm talking to. Like when it comes to selling my courses and things like that, I'm focusing on Generation X. So that's who I talk to. All right. When it comes to my avatars now, that looks like it's going to be more towards people that are out there, content creators. All right. So they're trying to build their personal brand, entrepreneurs, coaches, entertainers, athletes, things like that. What that allows me to do is that allows me to be able to identify who I need to talk to. All right. And remember, we said that the best way to monetize content is to find a problem, you have a solution, and then through your content, you communicate and sell. So now, with all my content for Avatar Pop Studios, I will make it geared towards people that are trying to build a personal brand. Right? They're influencers trying to build a personal brand, podcasters, athletes, entertainers, business owners, entrepreneurs. You guys follow what I'm saying. All right. So that way, when I create that content, I'm speaking to them. So when I'm doing my courses, I'm speaking to Generation X. When I'm doing my avatars, I'm speaking to that other market. And that's it, guys. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to communicate. Okay. I think I have one more slide over here I want to share with you guys. All right. So here's the takeaway, guys. All right, here's the takeaway. This is our takeaway here, and I want you guys to latch on to this. The people who are the best communicators, that means talk or sell, with the best ideals will always be the ones that make the most money. All right, guys, social media, multi-billion-dollar technology, billions of people. Facebook has over a billion people. Or you think about TikTok, YouTube, X, Threads, Instagram. Never before in history have you been able to communicate with such a large targeted audience than now. Really think about that. Never before could you get your message, your brand, your product in front of an audience like you can now. It don't cost you anything. But let me don't say that. It does cost you time and effort, but it don't cost you any money. Now with technology, AI, automations, it does 85 to 90% of the work and the heavy lifting. So you can create systems that sell. Let me correct that. If you're selling something, did you create systems that make, sell, and deliver your digital product? Then all you have to do at this point, man, is once you do that and you know your audience and you have something that you're selling them, then all you got to do is link the two together and make content. All right. Again, this is a live that I'm doing. It's being multicasted to multiple platforms. I've been on here 1 hour and 23 minutes so far. Talking its talk, right? Now, people have came and gone off this live. They came and gone off this live. But now once I'm done and I end this live, this video that I've created turns over to recorded video. And it lives forever on that social media platform until I take it down. So if I really want it to be done today, I can say, okay, I didn't done my work for the day. I didn't make my video. And I go out here and shut this thing off and I'm done. That's my piece of content that goes out. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do with this. As soon as I get done, I'll take this video and I'll download it. And then I'm gonna run it through some AI software. Okay, remember I said AI software. I'm not doing any work on it. All right, that software is gonna clip it. It's gonna cut it up to small little pieces. So then I could take those small pieces and I can communicate further on platforms with small little clips. It'll go in there and identify something I said, pull it out. That might only be 30 seconds long, 50 seconds long. Then I could take those clips and I could put them up to TikTok and things like that. But now, remember what we said, guys. Let me go back over here. Remember what we said over here with this quote. Freedom is not the absence of work, it's the presence of systems. One of the biggest aha moments I got, especially when I left my job, it was that money should never, or let me put it like this: you doing physical effort or implementation should never be related to your money. It should never be related to your money. It should never be related to your money. It shouldn't equate. They shouldn't equal out. And I'm gonna tell you the reason being. Implementation is the lowest form of value. That's where you get paid the less at. That's where you trade time for dollars. If you think about it, an employee doesn't get paid more than the management and the owner, right? Never. And that's for several reasons. One is they bring a different level of value, but then it's the whole authority thing. You can't make more. Okay, you might see it in sales, but usually you don't see it, right? You don't see that, right? You don't see that. When you think about entrepreneurship, you have this is the game of entrepreneurship for most entrepreneurs. You go out and you do the work up front. You take your bumps and bruises. You put way more time in than you're making money. You put risk. You do that. And for some entrepreneurs, it works out to where you build out something that throws you off a lot of money, freedom, time, and money. Then at that point, you're getting paid way more than the effort you're putting in. There's that imbalance, right? But it should never be equal. If it's equal, then you're in a stuck position. And a job is equal. I put out this form of effort, I get paid this. I never can get paid more, right? But with entrepreneurship, you can. Because as an entrepreneur, I can go out here and I can use my skills, my skill of communication, my skill of understanding systems, of doing different things, and I can create an opportunity that requires me to do a lot of work on the front, or one that requires me not to do a lot of work on the front, with the hopes that on the back end, I don't have to do any work. Either I can leverage and hire people and delegate, or I could put systems in place. So, like, what I do, guys, to be honest with you, since I love to communicate, I love to talk, I love to sell, and I love to market, I love to do all that. I built out ideas that wouldn't require me to have to trade time for dollars for too long. I do it on the front end, on building out something, developing it, putting the ideal out there. But then the whole idea for me is for things to be mostly automated. So like right now, I'm into this whole one person business model, and using AI. So everything I do, I have AI. I have an AI team. All right, and you'll hear me talk about it. It's called Vic. So Vic is the acronym. It's like the name of the AI that I talk to. It sounds just like a human, man. He's African American. Sounds just like a human, man. And Vic helps me with everything. And but Vic is literally 10 personas inside of one. So over the last 2 years, I've built out these experts that help me with different things or do different things for me, and they're all inside of the AI. So like if I'm working on content, I would tell Vic to get in the role of the content person. And so then we're working on content. If we're working on graphics, he's in the role of the designer. If he's being my coach, he's in the role of my coach. And so I'm able to leverage things in a way to where I get to communicate, get to do what I love doing, guys. Hopefully you guys got something from this, man. Hope you guys understand this. Um, if you were to take that product, and I want you guys to do this. When you get done watching this video, I want you to go over to the description of this video, and there's going to be a link in there called learndigitalday.com. And that's going to take you over to what we call a funnel. And a funnel is an automated system that you set up to be able to sell a digital product. Okay. And a funnel allows you for you to be able to operate separate from your product once you got it set up. Now that funnel is a bad funnel over there, guys. When I say bad, I mean good. Now I'm part of a training program in a community, a 55,000 member community. We've been around for right at 2 years now. In the last 12 months, our community has done over $30 million based off of that funnel that you're going to go into in that training program that we have. And pretty much inside of our program, we teach you everything from a beginner to an advanced level of how to go out and create content, how to go out and create systems, how to be able to sell what you know, how to set up your own community, how to set up your own digital products. We teach you how to make money around content and social media. We teach you how to go out here and do what we call attraction marketing. You're not paying anything with ads or anything like that. You're just putting videos out like I'm talking about. And we have a system we developed where you can go in and literally execute on that system 1 or 2 hours a day and be done in and out of it. All right. A lot of people that join our community, they go in there and they take what they learn, they apply it to businesses like I'm doing with Avatar Pop Studios. And then some people go in there and decide and say, okay, well, look, I don't have a product right now, but I want to learn and I want to make some money. So we've already taken care of that because what we did was we created a licensing program. So that's what I did. I bought a license to that community and to that training program. It's a forever license, right? So once I paid my money, man, I was able to go in there and constantly access that training, which is hundreds and hundreds of hours of training, guys, literally. And it's new training every week, right? So that way you stay on top of all the new things, right? But I was able to access that, but I was also able to access a community of 55,000 people that I can go in there and talk with, ask for help, this and this and this and this. Okay, but then on top of that, I have the license to be able to sell that program, those 4 programs in that community. So that's what you'll find at learndigitaltoday.com. I think I've been involved with that community now for almost a year and some change, almost a year and a half. And every time somebody goes through that funnel and they say, okay, Orville, this product is for me, this is going to fix that pain point that you market towards, which is that financial deficit in Generation X lives, and they buy that course, then I make $900, guys. I make $900. So what if I did that one time a day? That's $27,000 a month, guys. What if I did that twice a week? That's 1,800 a week. What does that work out to be? Right around 5,000 a month. All right. That's the power. That's the power there, guys. Learn how to communicate and then learn how to sell something around that communication. All right. Orville J. Parker, aka Coach. I'm gonna go ahead and get off this bad boy. If you're looking to learn how to create content and learn how to monetize content, learn how to do some of the things that we've been talking about on this live, I'm gonna invite you to go over to the link in my description. Check out that link, learndigitaltoday.com, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. God bless.